What up, football freaks, and welcome back to Footleaks. Manchester United is a professional football club based in Old Trafford, Greater Manchester, England. Manchester United have won more trophies than any other English football club and is the first English football club to win the European Cup. Manchester United was the world's third richest club during the early 2000s. Recently, however, it seems they might be relegated from the Premier League and their glory will become a myth. Let's find out why that's so. But before we do just that, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any more of our videos in the future. The captain's departure. Antonio Valencia, one of the key players for Manchester United, a galvanizing figure who held the team together and captained it through its difficult period that the club has faced in its esteemed history, left during the 2019-20 season of the Premier League, handing the captain band to Ashley Young. More on that later. He spent nearly a decade leading the Red Devils and was a figure that was beloved by many. It's a loss that Manchester United is yet to rectify. He won them a plethora of titles, including 2 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup, and the UEFA Europa League. He was also the Player of the Year in 2012. The Ecuadorian is now signed with Ecuadorian side LDU Quito. He bid the fans and his home of 10 years farewell in an emotional post on Instagram. He was seen as his teammates to put United in Manchester United, building up the confidence for players and maintaining the rapport of the team, preventing it from falling any further. With his departure, many fans fear that because of the lack of leadership in the dressing room and someone to look up to, the players may well fall apart, and this season could perhaps see Manchester United failing or even being relegated. Valencia was the glue that had the team stick together through their defeats and bad times. Although Ashley Young did a reasonable job as captain, Manchester United were unable to win the Europa League under his leadership and were also eliminated from the FA Cup. Although a formidable captain, he couldn't deliver and lead them in the same way as Valencia. Currently, the captaincy resides with Harry Maguire, and most fans don't expect anything spectacular from him. Indeed, most expect him to relinquish the band halfway through the season. Ashley Young leaving for Inter Milan. The 35-year-old has won many trophies with Manchester United, including the Europa Cup in 2017, the FA Cup in 2016, and the Premier League in 2013. He was their defender to rely on during difficult games and one of their most experienced players. He was handed the tag of captain after the departure of Antonio Valencia, but his tenure was short-lived as it was rumored in early 2020 that he wanted to leave the club. He too was one of the players that held the team together during its difficult years and led to some glory during his tenure as captain. They finished third in the 2019-20 season. Fans were hoping to continue seeing Young leading the side, but alas, this wasn't meant to be. His season is often plagued with injuries, and he's unable to keep up with the pace that the English Premier League is renowned for. As mentioned earlier, Harry Maguire is currently the captain for the Red Devils, but fans aren't too hopeful that they'll be winning much under his leadership. It remains to be seen, although he was initially a winger, but was reinvented and played as a left back or a right back. He often strengthened the team's defense and thwarted many attacks from dangerous oppositions. He somewhat had the limelight taken away from him with the arrival of Virgil van Dijk, a younger player than him with time to improve and adapt, and someone who has always played as a defender. The duties of a defender, however, were performed very well by Ashley Young for his old side. Although some claimed him to be a controversial defender, diving without a foul, being committed to get free kicks and thwart attacks. Nonetheless, this skill led to many games being won for the Red Devils. They stopped hiring academy graduates. Though Manchester United Academy graduates have spent the most amount of minutes on the pitch last season, very few have turned up for United. There was a time when Manchester United Academy graduates used to represent the senior team consistently. Only Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford, and Paul Pogba are the notable Academy graduates now. Youngsters like Timothy Fosu-Mensah, Andres Pereira, and Alex Tuanzebe have spent most of their time on loan. This has to change for the old Manchester United to return. They need to hire more fresh graduates in the team because these young players can help increase the energy in the team. Well, if Manchester United doesn't hire them, then some other team will, which will only disadvantage the club. Hence, it's better to give these young sportsmen the opportunity they deserve before it's too late. Botched transfers. Manchester United has recently been seen to botch many transfers. Although the pandemic is playing a part in most clubs not going forward with large transfers, this hasn't stopped many to take advantage of the lower prices and play their cards intelligently. Manchester United, it can be said, has failed to do so. They recently botched negotiations for central midfielder Thiago Alcantara, who wanted to come to Manchester United, just like in 2013, but it was reported that Manchester United seemed to be dragging negotiations out unnecessarily and seemed disinterested most of the times. Thiago Alcantara has moved to Anfield, signing with Liverpool for €25 million, a very reasonable price against the pandemic that Manchester United could have paid and acquired a valuable asset in the central midfield department. Jadon Sancho is rumored to be Manchester's primary target during this transfer window. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was adamant about signing him, but since then, reports have come out over negotiations reaching a low. Borussia Dortmund officials claim, just like with Alcantara, Old Trafford seems disinterested and seems to be wanting to pull out. Pulling away from a good deal, that too for a player that you wanted before the transfer window even popped, makes fans wonder what the state of the club will become during Solskjaer's tenure as manager. It was also reported that Real Madrid star winger may come to Old Trafford, but once again, negotiations never officially and truly began as Manchester United seemed disinterested yet again. Both Anfield and Old Trafford were also quite keen to sign Watford star winger Ismaila Sarr. Watford is demanding €40 million currently and are keen to let Sarr go if they're paid $40 million. Anfield is looking favorites to sign Sarr as Manchester United are unwilling to make substantial deals and negotiations are yet to begin, and no one has contacted Watford over Old Trafford. Another blunder? Yet another bad transfer decision? It seems so, doesn't it? David De Gea slump of form. The Spaniard goalkeeper made many blunders during the 2019-20 season. They lost to Watford when De Gea fumbled a shot from Ismaila Sarr, winning the game 2-0 after De Gea uncharacteristically missed a penalty in the 55th minute. This began shortly after the start of the 2019-20 season when Manchester United lost to Crystal Palace after De Gea failed to stop a rather haphazard Van Aanholt shot. De Gea also failed to be the aggressive keeper he was and failed to get ahead of Victor Lindelof, allowing him to score quite easily. The game with Everton ended in a tie. This reason was very difficult for the Spaniard, who was once regarded as one of the best keepers in the world. No one knows what has led to this form slump from one of the most experienced and best goalkeepers in Europe. But fans are fearful that this may persist through the 2020-21 season, which may further add to the odds of Manchester United being relegated. De Gea's form slump is a concern for many, and because the pandemic has led to a decrease in practice, it's very unlikely that this form would improve. Many fear that it may worsen. Their fighting spirit is lost. Manchester United, as mentioned, has lost a Europa League and the FA Cup. It's their third consecutive season without any trophies. Even their most experienced and loyal players, the likes of Young and Valencia, have decided to finally abandon the club, believing it is way past saving at this point and could be relegated. Star defender Paul Pogba, once extremely enthusiastic about joining the club, is now desperate to leave as well. Remember the Manchester United teams from the past? Their main strength lied in their hearts, where they believed in fighting till the very last minute. Sir Alex crafted the trade of winning matches in the dire moments, and that is how the term Fergie time originated. Opposing sides could never take a sigh of relief unless and until the final whistle was blown, simply because the Red Devils fought to the very end and on most occasions ended up victorious. This fighting spirit is what led to Sir Alex's trophy Latin tenure in England, and is what makes us wonder as to what exactly went wrong with this glorious club. Manchester United has rarely portrayed the kind of fighting spirit they were synonymous with, and with the conclusion of this season, we can surely say that the team has lacked a sort of spirit. Giving up was never in Manchester United's DNA, but it seems to no longer be the case. The club, as many people consider, is way past saving at this point. This brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, do let us know by hitting the like button. Stick around for more amazing content, as we'll be seeing you guys in another video real soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.